Alrighty, people, everybody joining us. Mamba has materialized from the heavens. नहीं Mamba कुछ बोलो यार कुछ बोलो.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I just found out that you can't really hear the piece. Yeah, but that's all right. That's completely all right. Today it's going to be Iyati versus ATE Gaming, so it's going to be an interesting set of matches because of the fact that Iyati Gaming is standing 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're literally like Australia. They're down under.
For once, I'd say that was a good joke.
Parallels there, ladies and gentlemen. But before we head off into the nitty-gritties, let me give a huge shout out to amazing sponsors, owned by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and the amazing people at Norton Gaming. That's just like literally that's me, Mamba, Angela.
The rest of the crew.
I'm not going to give props to production because Kunal, the guy who heads the production, he just recently got married, and he has not given us a treat. So I refuse to give props to him.
He's actually going to give us a treat tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Day after tomorrow.
No, see, do you remember that James Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Comes?
I do. I was quite a young child back then.
See, Kabir Das ने बहुत बढ़िया चीज बोली है रंजीत.
भाई यार गेम की बातें कर लेते हैं भाई ये बहुत हो गया.
All right, well, those are the people behind. Fun-loving bunch there who want to see esports up at top here. In fact, apart from that, gentle shout out. I like to remind people once in a while that please, भगवान के वास्ते, please subscribe कर लो यार, bell icon button दबा लो. क्या जाता है भाई? हद हो गई है भाई. अरे भाई. Okay then, moving on. Counter-Strike Global Offensive game lined up, ladies and gentlemen. Mama, please shed some light.
It's going to be quite an interesting matchup because I have certain details that we are yet to talk about on the stream. So I'd rather actually wait for the team introductions on the video and then shed some light on it.
Why don't you do the team introductions today? Let's bring out that Mamba singer charm today.
Oh yeah, I mean it's sometimes I end up sitting on the chair of the host. It's usually at the LAN events, by the way. I'm the desk host, he's the MC, and he does a wonderful job, by the way. So huge shout out to you as well, Vagish. We're gonna miss you after the summer season, but nonetheless, let's actually have a look at Team ATE first. Well, that's Team ATE Gaming for you guys. And well, today I think we've shifted things a bit. I think I'm going to be the host and Vagish is probably going to try and analyze the matchup because it seems quite evident, right, from both of these teams. So, Vagish, why don't you shed some light on ATE Gaming?
Yeah, indeed. If I can be very professional about the course of things here. I mean, ATE Gaming, Kappa, Ritz, some really nice names there. Okay,
you forgot the player names. So by the way,
I said Kappa, Ritz.
No, it's gonna be Kappa, Ritz, Rider, Hellfighter, Deathmaker.
Sure, they're playing with stand-ins.
No, there's a reason why. We have separated chairs because
Excuse me, you didn't let me finish.
No,
My
you forgot the names. That's fine.
Began.
I mean, that's all absolutely all right because I'll tell you what, you're the host of the show, right? He's the host of the show. He doesn't have to remember all the names.
Didn't he just say that he was hosting and I was analyzing?
Yep, for the most of the part, right? For most of the part. So that's completely all right. But in all seriousness, I'll probably talk about the team for a bit. So today, Ryder is playing
Take it and go.
Russell Peters right there. Take it and go. But anyway, I've seen these guys play, and I still remember this one clutch on cobblestone. It was Kappa and Reds, and these guys pulled off such an amazing clutch. It was sheer experience coming in.
Of course.
But overall, these guys, I'm actually a little scared for Team Iyati because I do have expectations from them. They've not been able to perform. Obviously the scorecard shows us that, the leaderboard, shows that. It speaks for itself. But ATE game, even though they had a little shaky start, I'd say they lost out on a few games. But I think later on, Deathmaker and Hellfighter, these guys have been blowing my mind. They've been playing so well. They have that individual firepower, and they have 3 very experienced players backing them up, giving them the confidence they need. Because when you have so much experience backing you, right, things become a lot more easy. You don't have that nervousness because these guys have been through that 10 years back, 7 years back.
Of course.
So they'll always walk you through it, just the way we're walking our new join over here. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. But Team Iyati, I think they'll have a real tough fight at the hands.
Alrighty then. So then let's quickly take a look at the opposition here, Team Iyati. Right, that's Team Iyati for you, ladies and gentlemen. Mambesh.
Mambeshwar. That just makes me sound like a desi god, doesn't it? Mambeshwar.
Mambeshwar. Jai Baba Mambeshwar. बताओ आज का prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I'll actually wait for the veto right now
हाँ हाँ
because you know
मतलब
where you have to get
prediction
close.
मतलब आप समझ रहे हो भावनाओं को समझ
No, but you know these guys are promising, but they've not been able to play. I mean, look at the lineup: Ego, Slow, and Veerbhadra, Bullet, and Slots. I've been seeing Slots. He has improved, but I think he has probably hit his or almost hit his skill ceiling because he hasn't been able to impress us all that much in the last 2 seasons per se. Because I think it was fall season the last year he was playing really well, but after that he hasn't been able to step up. Veerbhadra though is one of the guys I really still look out for because every season he comes up with something new. Every season he steps up his game, and every season he improves. So today I think it's going to be Hellfighter and the other guy. Well, we still have Buster for some reason, so we'll have to let the production know that it's going to be Deathmaker who's going to be playing in. I'm fairly certain they have the picture as well because he has been attending quite a few. Yeah, I think he used to play for GMD if I'm not mistaken for a while. So it's going to be interesting to see these two guys in ATE gaming up against the rest of the team Iyati. But why don't we actually move to the veto? Because I'm really curious about the fact how the veto is going to go on about. So if you could have the veto on the screen. Well, Train being banned out.
Magic, I wave my hands and the veto happens.
Yeah, the best production crew in the country. More like the only production crew, but
well. Yeah. Well. Over shady remarks there. Train, Mirage, and Fano banned by Iyati. Overpass, Nuke, and Dust2 banned by ATE.
So I'm not really surprised by Train. Overpass as well, Nuke, obviously, it's no one wants to play that map except for Adi and the rest of the guys who actually know how to play that map because the rest of the teams have absolutely no idea how to play these maps. And I've noticed Adi likes both of these maps because the bomb sites are stacked against up top on top of each other, and there are certain things that he likes. But Cash, Puggy map, it's going to be an aim-based battle. So Deathmaker, Hellfighter up against these guys.
It's going to be halfway there. It's going to be halfway.
So I think it's going to be more on individual plays rather than their teamwork because no matter what. See, there are literally 2 executes on the B bomb side you could do. The floor is lava, or you could just throw, smoke off heaven, CD base, clear out checkers, deep checkers with a molotov.
Like just smoke everywhere and just
pretty much smoke 2 angles off, clear checkers out, gain control of checkers, throw in a flashbang, try and clear out the big box on the left, and then literally 2 things you can do on the B bomb side. The only place which gives you a little more freedom, I think that would probably be 3 executions on the A bomb side, smoke everything, or maybe just use a molotov and try and gain. It's so my point being, it's going to be pick and play for most of the time. We're not going to see like some fancy strats coming in because these guys, they have the aim, so they're not going to try and think through it. But I'd really be happy if they can show us something new, or maybe just pull something out of the old books. I know I have been repeating myself again and again. When you take mid control, they never go for the Z control. That is such an overpowering situation to be in if you have the numbers advantage. Because if you have Z control, you can go towards the A bomb side, you can go towards the B bomb side. They have absolutely zero information towards the CD base, and they have to be scared. They have to watch their back as well. They have to watch towards the B main zero. If you're on the A bomb side, they have to watch the CD car, watch A main. So it's just a lot of control. It's such a situation of too much power. Probably like Thanos, and you're just getting bored because I'm going on and on about this. But even though this map is a fairly simple map, I could go on and on about things that we don't usually see, but I really like the face you're making over there. But no, nonetheless, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup, and it's going to come down to those individual fights and individual mistakes rather than it being a map or a match where the synergy would be an issue.
It's be individual skill sets predominantly. Let's take a look at the map video itself and get to know the map. Wow.
Cache. The remains of a Soviet weapons stockpile. This map rewards the team with mid-control. Control the middle area and you can quickly rotate to either bomb side. PS. Expect a lot of action over at middle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Cache for you guys. The map today's game is going to be played on. It's going to be an ATE versus Iyati. Let's quickly head off into the game and see what's going to be in store for us. But before we actually do that, Mambeshwarji.
This one is going to be a little tough. Even though I expect ATE gaming to come on top, I think predicting the exact scoreline would be a little tough. I mean, if it works out in the favor of ATE gaming in the early rounds, especially if they're playing CT and they can pull off a few rounds in the early game, I think it should be below 16-10. Otherwise, it could be a little more close.
All right, Mambeshwar, one of those few gods remaining in the world who give you predictions and stuff and knowledge without any kind of chadhawa. All right, let's head off into game and see what kind of chadhawa have these teams offered, because this is going to be literally Kurukshetra version 3.0 probably. Let's go for it.
Thank you, Vagish and Mamba. For some reason, I still can't seem to get over Vagish's porn stash. I think that image is going to be seared in my retinas forever. But I'm Adi. Today is ATE Gaming versus Iyati, and joining me is, like I like to say it, ever jovial Fett.
Yeah, I am very happy today. I got to witness the Optic India tryouts, and it was really a very good experience. But regardless, today is going to be Iyati versus ATE on Cache. And, well, I really like this map. It is one of the more balanced maps, hinges a lot on teamwork, and as you can see right now, Iyati are going for that early aggression and control at towards the A bomb site. But wait, what? Okay.
There's a dot stop called by ATE Gaming, so something has, well, something's gone down. But anyway, yeah, like the last time we saw ATE Gaming on Cache, by the way, they absolutely spanked Portal Esports 16-3.
Yeah.
And the last time we saw ATE Gaming, the game right after that, it was against Wackband, and they spanked them 16-4. So ATE Gaming right now, they're looking really, really hot. Like, man's hot as hell right now.
Yeah, ATE Gaming have found a streak of form and have hit a level that I haven't seen them play at in a very, very long time. I mean, Hellfighter and Deathmaker were always at that level, like, since the start of the season. But, you know, the other players, they seem to have stepped it up a lot. It's like all their chemistry exercises and maybe trimming a little bit, you know, more properly and in a bit more targeted manner has really paid off. But this is a perfect call coming out from ATE to counter the aggression of A ramp. Look at that. They don't know that they've made their way up mid. That's a horrible smoke, by the way, to cross.
Yeah, but ATE had gone for the A aggression. Deathmaker has managed to find himself in the back lines, and wow, the B bomb side and even CD spawn has been overrun by by ATE Gaming, and Deathmaker with the ace. Deathmaker with multiple one taps with that USP. Jesus Christ, he's hot right now as well, and we have said this before. When Deathmaker and Hellfighter are feeling it, ATE Gaming, they look like they really look unstoppable.
I swear, and well, and like I just said, the Deathmaker and Hellfighter have been carrying the team during their slump, and now that everybody's stepping up to the plate and fragging and calling and like making good decisions across the board, I think ATE might just be the team to be, you know, team to look out for all of these top dogs. Invictus, Brutality, you know, Entity. You never know.
But ATE Gaming now going in for the A-bomb side. Bullet with the 1D gone to Hellfighter, but Kappa with the trade. And Slots, he's gonna miss all of his deagle shots. And Deathmaker? The smoke does look different on GoTV, by the way. But Deathmaker with 2 frags to basically shut down this force buy. And that leaves Ego all alone, fending for himself with the CZ and armor, and he probably just wants to save this.
I mean, if he did want to save it, I don't think he'd be tiptoeing his way towards A main. He should be hightailing it somewhere a tad bit safer.
It does look like he's just waiting for an exit or two.
Yeah.
He is trying to sneak in though, and that's interesting. He has spotted out Deathmaker, but Deathmaker with 3 frags in this round. That's 8 kills for him in 2 rounds. He's started off this map absolutely flying. And just getting back to ATE Gaming, right? They have changed their roster a little bit. They have Krish has vacated the building basically, and Ryder has come in his place. Ryder was the coach / 6th player. So it is interesting to note that after he's come into the team, you're right. They've started making a lot of better decisions. They've started looking very, very strong. But unfortunately for them, the start of the season was pretty rough for them, and they've looked, and while Accelerate is just about, he's gonna get annihilated. But it is a full stack at the B bomb site, by the way, but it doesn't matter. Deathmaker's gonna open up the fragging again. He's gonna get 2 headshots before finally getting taken down, and the AK is going to be recovered as well, and that's a clean-ish round coming in for ATE Gaming. Just 1 player lost. again, the first 3 rounds, AT Gaming, just like the previous game, they've had a lot of clean anti-ecos.
ATE Gaming are playing this map, at least the first 3 rounds, like they're the Luftwaffe on a blitzkrieg. They're just mowing down Iyati left, right, and center with zero respect, zero regards, and just god-tier aim coming out from Deathmaker. I think he has a headshot percentage of 100 at this point, and he's on 10 kills.
It is 80%.
Alright, close enough. Close enough. That's 8 out of 10 kills of his have come from pure headshots.
People
That
will argue
is-
he's better than Scream.
Yes.
And people
Our
would be
own-
wrong, but...
Our very own one-tap god. Our very own one-tap god. Anyway,
Headshot machine.
headshot machine. Exactly. Anyway,
That-
it's a pretty... Like, it's an okay-ish default coming out from ATE. They've slowed down the pace a little bit. There's a very curious angle to watch Highway from, I must say. Bullet, that's... I mean, unexpected. It is an off angle, so yeah, I guess that gives him some cover, some time to make, retreat in case things go south.
It is sort of a one and done spot though.
Yeah, it is.
And luckily for him, nobody is coming up from middle for AT Gaming. They are going to split towards the A bomb site while Ryder is looking for a pick at middle. It is the door split and Ryder is going to get the first frag on middle, but Bullet is going to reply onto Ritz. Ego still waiting patiently in the bomb site. He's going to get traded off by Deathmaker. Deathmaker in turn is going to get traded off by Bullet. A flurry of frags, but Kappa with 2 of his own is going to get some sort of semblance of control and he's going to get the A bomb site for himself. But Veerbhadra is going to bring it down to a 1v1. Ryder being taken down. Kappa, he's going to peek out. He's going to take Veerbhadra down to 19 points of health, but Kappa was low himself, getting taken down by the USP. And Iyati, with just 1 player surviving that round, it's going to be rough for them, but at least they pick up the round.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, the money isn't that great for ATE either. It's still very early days, so they haven't really gotten the bank built up as they'd want to. I think Hellfighter will be relegated to a Galil, and indeed he does. But the thing is, ATE played that to near perfection. Their trade game was almost on point. At the end there, Veerbhadra with the AWP coming out with them hero plays to bail them out of that bit of a tight spot. But Slots, I think he's waiting for a pop flash into A main. No, he's just going to be hovering on the edge of the smoke. But in the meantime, Kappa has been taken out by Ego. And it's a 4v5. There's no need to aggress Slots. He can get team flashed.
That was the weirdest peek I've seen in my life. Who peeks A main that way? But either way, he gets away scot-free. He's gonna re-smoke the A main position as well. And all of the AT players are bunched up at A main while Ego is on a flank. He's on a mission right now to get some information. And he's relayed that information and you can see Accelerate thinking of... Nope, he's not gonna rotate to the A bomb site. Never mind, he's gonna rotate to B. So no information has been relayed. And the pop flash this time does come in. Slots does get a frag. He does manage to take Deathmaker down to 40 HP as well. He does escape for now and he's gonna survive. Ego with the backstab. He's gonna get 2 Hellfighter and Deathmaker while Ritz is taken out by Bullet as well. An absolutely flawless hole coming in by Iyati. And that's on the back of that backstab and that fact-finding mission by Ego. Completely cleaning house. AT Gaming. That's a round to forget, honestly.
Yeah, and the thing is, that is why we consistently stress on CT side aggression. It was just the information gleaned from that one push up mid by Ego is what allowed Iyati to hedge their bets towards the A bomb site, be ready for the push, and obviously pop flash in Slots, who did do a tremendous job the second time around. Yes, the first time around was a bit iffy. But now, well, because of those heroics, what? Did Deathmaker just annihilate Slots? I think he did. Slots has left the building.
To a Glock, that too. But either way, getting back to what I was saying about AT Gaming, right? The start of their season has been pretty rough. And because of that, currently they sit, I think it's 9th on the leaderboard. I'm not exactly sure. They do sit somewhere around the 9th position, so for them, I don't think they can make it to the LAN, and that's the heartbreaking part for them, because they've been playing so well towards the tail end of the season, but just a bad start, right? And every game in the Masters League matters now with the new format, and for them right now, they just need to hold on to the 5th, well, from the 5th to the 8th position, and stay in the Masters League, while a couple of frags, again the trade to a Glock.
Yeah, but that AK actually chipped away a lot of his health. The Deathmaker, he's gotten spotted out, that A-split not working out, and Bullet, he's just gonna rain death and bullets onto Hellfighter and Kappa. But Ryder, he's got his hands on the AK-47, but that aim punch is not gonna allow him to make anything done. 22 seconds left on the clock. Deathmaker, he has to make a move. It's a 1v3. All of a sudden, ATE find the tables have turned on them. And do they have an answer? Because Deathmaker will definitely avoid that flashbang. But it's going to get shot in the back by Accelerate. And that's going to be the third round for Iyati. ATE now have a full proper buy. Yes, they'll be slightly limited on the utility front. But at least they're going to get guns on the board. ATE have been curiously favoring the A bomb site over and over again consistently. Maybe they can vary it up a bit. Because the B players haven't really been tested. After that, you know, one stack that the third round, which was the full eco. Maybe try a B hit, and well, yeah, ATE looking like it is gonna be a B hit, or at least for the time being, the bomb is resting outside the B bomb site. It makes
A slower round now coming out by ATE. They're gonna go for the B control now. Like you said, they were favoring the A bomb site, but now it's more of a default. They have a couple of players over the middle, over at middle, a couple of players at B, and even a player making some noise at A. It's the bog standard default basically. And Kappa, he's gonna run out of middle and get the first frag onto Ego. While now Accelerate, he's sort of stuck in no man's land. He's stuck between 4 terrorists, or maybe even 5 terrorists if they decide to go towards the B. And in fact, that is where they're gonna go. Accelerate now. He's gonna hear out Kappa, and Ritz is gonna take him down. He's just looking away at the worst possible moment. Veerbhadra now gets the first frag onto Kappa. It's a great flick there. He's gonna get another amazing hit onto Ritz. And the third, he's gonna rotate into the smoke, but Deathmaker is gonna take him down to his death. And the B bomb site is now in AT Gaming's control. The bomb plant though hasn't come in yet. Bullet with a great shot onto Hellfighter. Slots again. It's gonna get Ryder, and Bullet with 2 frags. It's gonna retake that bomb site before the bomb was even planted. That's a bit curious. I have no idea why the bomb plant didn't come in for such a long time.
I mean, I think once Bullet got picked off on the sorry, not Bullet. I think it was Kappa or Ritz, whoever got picked off at the back of site by Bullet from Heaven. The planter hesitated a little bit, hoped that maybe they could neutralize the man advantage that Iyati had gained and then go for the plant maybe, but it just wasn't gonna happen. Iyati with a near flawless retake of the B bomb site. And again, I'm a bit curious, like the thing is, ATE have made it onto the bomb site in all of their buy rounds, but they've not been able to do much after getting bomb site control. That is, they're losing to the retakes a bit too easily. Maybe their post plants, maybe their just comms little bit off, because Iyati, again, ever since they've gotten their hands on the weapons, they have looked pristine. Like they've not made much in terms of mistakes. It's just been clinical, it's been very decisive, and they've just relied on their trade game as well. And I don't know what ATE can change at this point, because Slots is going to find Deathmaker, and now the rest of the squad is going to come into the A bomb side. It's been a very one-dimensional hit from ATE round after round. There's no fakes whatsoever. Ego, he's going to mess up big time, and oh my god, not like this.
Hellfighter with 2 frags of his own as well, but Slots does come back, but Hellfighter with the 3rd frag. He's going to bring it down to a 1v1. Veerbhadra now with the AWP. Hellfighter at 8 points of health, but I don't think he knows that. He could just pull out that P250 and do the damage with that, but right now, Hellfighter, I mean, this is an even game right now, because Hellfighter has picked up the M4 as well. And he thinks it's going to be a backstab, but it isn't the case right now. Hellfighter, 20 seconds on the clock. He has the C4. Is he going to be able to cross over before Veerbhadra? Veerbhadra spots out Hellfighter, makes the sound with the P250 as well. That means that Hellfighter can plant, but the Molotov is inch perfect. And he's going to burn alive. Veerbhadra with another important round and another very important clutch. But considering the fact that it has come down to a 1v1, the money on Iyati that had started to build up with 2 rounds previously to this is completely going to melt away. There's going to be no bank onto Iyati after this round. And AD Gaming, if they pick up this round, it's going to completely reset Iyati.
Yeah, I mean that's the economy game in a nutshell for the CT side. You have to be consistent. You have to consistently win by keeping 3 or more players alive. Otherwise, they're done for. You're not gonna have any money. Slots just casually just walking over that flashbang, and Kappa's like, okay, what? What the heck? How did he get there? And Slots like, alright, I'm not gonna ask questions that I don't want to know the answers to. Easy peasy, 1 free kill, and he's gonna fall back. Man advantage attained. Okay, he's not gonna fall back, he's just gonna still hang around. Not aggress out anymore, but accelerate. Playing from Checkers, needs to be careful. There is an op on the hands of, in the hands of Ryder. And okay, he's dead.
Actually, that Accelerate overextended there. He had an interesting off angle, and AT Gaming would have thought that that's mostly clear because of the amount of utility they threw into towards the Checkers. But instead, he peeks out, gives away the man advantage that was gained really early in the round by another mistake by Kappa, by the way.
Yeah.
Not checking that position. It's a flurry of mistakes right now. The pop flash though coming in at A main. Bullet, he's gonna find the information. It is clear, but Deathmaker, he's gonna fake, but Slots is gonna get the frag. He's gonna be traded by Ritz. Hellfighter's gonna take down Bullet at the A main position as well. And the A bomb side is completely exposed right now. Ego walking out of the smoke, and Ritz is gonna punish him for that. Veerbhadra now in a 1v3 situation. He should just save that AWP. There's nothing he can do about this. He needs to turn tail and run, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. But unfortunately for him, he's gonna be stuck towards the CD spawn, and if AT Gaming wants to hunt him, they could do a lot of damage to the Iyati economy now.
I mean, I don't understand. That was a very confusing round from both ATE and Iyati. Like, it looked like neither had, at least for sure, Iyati didn't have much of a clue as to what was going on in that round. Players just walking out of smoke, fumbling around, walking into railings and into enemy spray downs. I think it was Accelerate towards Checkers, who overextended and got himself shot in the face. Slots letting go of his prey just as he, got his eyes on Ritz. I don't get it. That was a very confusing round. But again, props to ATE. They've managed to pull a round back. In fact, they've managed to, close up the lead to just 1 round. And more importantly, they've completely wrecked Iyati's economy.
Yep, and considering that they had 3 players alive as well, Iyati is not going to go in for the force buy. They don't want to try to wrestle the economy control back from ATE Gaming. So that means this should be even Stevens again, unless Veerbhadra with this AWP goes absolutely mental. He is going to get completely flashed off that angle. Oh. He did try to aggress towards the A main, trying to put that op to work, but unfortunately for him, AT Gaming is having none of that. It's going to be falling off now, and AT Gaming again with a really slow round. And but I do like this. They have sort of bunched up towards the A bomb side. They do know that Iyati is eco, so they are, at least 3 of the players are sticking together in a unit, making sure that they don't get punished or they don't walk into a stack. So again, a good call coming in by AT. Ryder though, ooh, he's gonna miss the shot, but he's gonna fall back. No harm, no fouls. Accelerate's gonna fall off the angle as well. AT Gaming, slowly but surely going towards the B bomb site where there are 3 players waiting for them. But again, Iyati has not learned from these Molotovs, but ooh.
Yeah, it's like finding the oasis in the desert for Accelerate. Only the roles are reversed. There's fire everywhere. He's on the only bit of solid ground that is not burning. And, well, it doesn't really matter. Accelerate, he's gonna have too many targets to shoot at and not hit any one of them. Well, to completion at least. Deathmaker and Hellfighter though are very, very low now. Bullet, he's getting sounds from everywhere and just deciding not to take the fight anywhere. But in the meantime, Ego does get Hellfighter, but it's a 4v2. Veerbhadra still has the AWP. But I think in all fairness, he should just be saving that. And Ryder does get the kill onto Ego here. Veerbhadra, he'll find Ritz. Now they know exactly where Veerbhadra is playing from. But is he gonna go for it?
He shouldn't be going for this right now. It is a 1v3. He has that expensive op. He also has the kit. He has head armor. He has everything he needs to go into the next round. And it doesn't look like AT Gaming is going to try to chase him down either. While AT Gaming as well as Iyati have called for the pause the next round because there are a couple of server issues. The variance is going up. So we're gonna have a bit of a technical timeout at the end of this round, while our server providers try to help us fix the issue. But yeah, it is even Stevens now, 5-all, and the money is back for Iyati, but they're not. I mean, they're gonna force buy into this, knowing them. Veerbhadra can drop over an M4 as well, so they should have a decent amount of utility going into this next round. And it remains to be seen.
Yeah, let's see how Iyati adapted, because again, ATE have changed it up. Earlier, ATE were playing a fairly transparent game where they'd leave one player, either Deathmaker or Hellfighter, to lurk towards the bomb site that they weren't gonna hit, and cause distraction while the main hit would come into the other bomb site. But Iyati, that's a bit too much of a quote unquote bush league strat for a team of Iyati's experience. So they read into that, like they saw through that smoke screen quite easily, in fact, and they shut them down initially. But now ATE, they've gone for a more measured approach, in my opinion. They get some map control, they make noise towards one bomb site, and they slowly but surely like inch their way towards the other, all the while keeping pushes in mind. So remains to be seen whether Iyati can adapt to the change-up that ATE has done. So hopefully we can see some more competitive Counter-Strike. So far it's going neck and neck, 5 rounds apiece, and we're just gonna wait for the timeout to get called off. And
yeah, this is sort of a derby as well, right? A lot of these players know each other. They've played each other a lot. They keep scrimming against each other as well, and then you can see that one team is adapting to the other, and then the other is adapting to the first. So it's a game of cat and mouse, so to speak, right now, right? It depends who has a deeper strat book right now, a deeper sense of how to defeat their opposition. Well, the server issues are gonna continue. Fet,
yes,
you work for the server provider. Work your magic.
yes, I am rubbing the magic lamp, and Genie will come and fix it whenever Genie wakes up, I guess. I don't know. I have alerted the devs to the issue. Let's see how long it takes to restore the server to its pristine conditions.
So Fet, in the meanwhile, while this is going on, why don't you give us an update on how the Optic tryouts have been going? Because of course, if ladies and gentlemen, whoever's tuning in and doesn't know about what's happening, Optic Gaming, a massive organization from the US, by the way, has come in. They're looking for an Indian team, and they've held like tryouts, LAN tryouts in Bangalore at the LXG Cafe, if I'm not wrong, and well, yeah, they have come down to 8 players, right? So why don't you give us an update how it's going?
Well, it went well. It was amazing. Like I won't lie, I saw possibly the best game of Indian Counter-Strike being played since the time I've started casting at those tryouts. It was between Hellrangers team and Size team. Hellrangers team featuring Mazel, Formless, Blackhawk, and Excali, and Size team featuring Forsaken, Ting, Rexy, and who was the and AK Cerebro. I kid you not, Adi, if these two lineups existed in just like with these personnel, right, in the country, we would have 2 extremely competitive teams playing CS at a level that could easily compete at the SEA level. Easily. I'm not even exaggerating. The communications I heard, the comms I heard during that game just blew my mind completely away. Like, it's just like Aks was saying that, he could close his eyes and just from the comms he could completely paint the entire round that was being played out. That's how good the comms were on both sides during that match, and I had a stiffy. Complete. Like,
You were
Tiffy.
half mast. Okay, you were full mast.
Full
huh?
mast. There was no half-assing that. It
Yeah,
was
unfortunately, due to work, I couldn't make it as well. So it is good to hear an update from your side as well. And now, hopefully, we see Optic Gaming coming into the ESL India Premiership with their Indian lineup pretty soon in the fall season, hopefully, right? I don't think they're going to be ready. I don't think. I know that it's going to mess up a lot of current teams as well, right? So I don't think any of the roster shuffles can happen during the course of the summer season. Can only happen maybe after the June finale, which currently the June finale is planned for the 23rd and the 24th of. Well, the summer finale is planned for the 23rd and the 24th of June. So, of course, don't quote me on that yet. The dates aren't finalized. But yeah, I mean, after that, I think we're going to see a lot of roster shuffles just because of that one team coming in, right? And of course, every team wants that opportunity. Every player wants that opportunity to play for such a big name in Counter-Strike. So it's going to be really interesting days ahead. And it does look like the server has stabilized, but
yes. The genie does grant you your wishes if you ask it nicely.
well,
I asked it very nicely.
the genie shouldn't have been required in the first place. But yeah,
It's
no.
raining in India, dude. It's raining.
Wow, that is the worst excuse ever. You're set up in a data center. Is
And
your
it
data
doesn't
center
rain
leaking?
Well, I don't know.
It's
It
not
has
raining.
wires outside, doesn't
All right,
it?
all right. No. Firstly, fiber optics are underground.
Fair enough.
Networking 101 for you, Fed. And secondly,
As
these
if that's
servers are
ever
hosted in
stopped.
Bombay. This server's hosted in Bombay, where it's not raining. There is no sandstorm. There's no storm,
Alright.
thunderstorms, nothing.
There's no rain. There's good
So,
plumbing.
so it's
there's-
so it's your fault. It's your company's fault. Just saying, throwing you
Alright,
guys under the
fine,
bus
fine.
again.
All right.
But yeah, but
Fair
getting
enough.
getting back to Optic Gaming, right? I'm really excited to see what lineup they bring up in the fall season, and how it's gonna pan out for the rest of the Indian scene, because a lot of teams are gonna be left missing a player or two. So
I mean, look, of the top 8 that have been finalized up till now, Forsaken, Sting, and Heavan aren't really part of any team, right? If I'm not mistaken. Any professional Masters outfit.
I mean, sure, maybe.
Okay. So, I mean, it's just the problem is gonna be faced by ATE. No, not ATE, sorry. Invictus if Excali decides to join. Too Easy if Rexy decides to join. And obviously Entity if either Sai or Marzel or both decide to join. But we already know what Sai is gonna do because that kid just can't keep his mouth shut now, can he? Comes back from the Optic tryouts and the first thing his social media post is, yeah, thank you for opportunity, but I not joined because I just wanted to test myself against the other competitors, and it's kind of kicked up a storm, to be honest. A lot of people have been calling him out for quote unquote ruining the chance for other players, and that's not the case, guys. I mean, Optic did decide that they're gonna choose a top 10, but then they only went with the top 8. Clearly, because I'm guessing no 10 players, 10 players didn't meet the standards that they want. So, I guess one could say that no real slots were quote unquote. What's the word that has been bandied about a lot today? Yeah. No opportunities were ruined and no slots were quote unquote stolen.
Yeah. But I do think that this issue is bigger than we first expected, by the way. In the words of the admin, NSA has gone down. So I think we're going to cut to a quick break, and we'll be back with the game as soon as it's ready. We really apologize for this, but we'll be back as soon as the game is fixed.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
The guy's out. Decoy.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the starter cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the land finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with a machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single-panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for ATE Gaming versus Iyati. That was a bit of a long break, and we apologize for that. A couple of unavoidable server issues. And... what?
Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Well, anyway, that pause...
There's gonna be another pause, actually, because the money is wrong. That's what took so long to set, but at this point, I think we're just gonna go ahead with it.
I'm confused.
I'm at a loss for money. I'm at a loss for words right now.
Anyway, our admin has tried his best and seems to be to the players' liking, so we are gonna go back live into the game. ATE, Iyati, well, Iyati are on a last-ditch buy. They have managed to cobble together enough utility for this, but they are running with 1 FAMAS, 3 M4s and the AWP onto Veerbhadra, while ATE have everything to play with, 4 AK-47s, a decent semblance of utility, and the AWP on Ryder. Who's going to come out on top? This is going to be a very crucial round because, well, if Iyati wins it, ATE will have to eco the next one. And, oh, I think ATE seems to think that this might be an eco, but down goes Ego, down goes Bullet, and that's the A defense completely crumbling. In the meantime, Veerbhadra finally relieved off that op by Deathmaker, and Ryder will get the kill on to Accelerate. That's going to leave slots with a FAMAS. Oh, wait. I think mistakes were made. He thought that the AWP... okay, he does get his hands on the AWP. But Ryder is feeling a bit enterprising, trying to push the smoke, but he's going to decide against it and instead go towards Z. And Slots, he is not having any of it. Slots is just going to fall back and try and save that big green gun. It's quite literally the big green gun because it's the Pit Viper skin as well. So, analogy game on point.
If you say so, Fat. If you say so. But yeah, the change of pace coming up from Ryder missing the... they're on the hunt right now, Deathmaker and Ryder, and it doesn't look like Slots is going to be able to save that AWP. And well, Deathmaker goes for the knife, but Ryder finishes him off earlier. And yeah, AT Gaming with the switch up there, right? An insanely fast play towards A. And that completely caught Iyati off guard. Just a couple of frags coming in by a Molotov on the bomb plant. On the site, and other than that, no real damage put into it. And now again Iyati, after double eco 2 rounds previously, they're gonna have to double eco again. And well, actually this time they can single eco, and it does look like AT Gaming is gonna start to build that lead again. It should be 7-5 in their favor. And Deathmaker gonna see 3 players very soon. He's gonna get the first, just continues to spray, but Veerbhadra is gonna get taken down finally. He's out of ammo. Deathmaker does get the third. Ritz on the meanwhile at the A-bomb side as well is gonna pick up 2 of his own, and that's a clean round coming in by AT Gaming. 7-5 now. AT is gonna get their hands onto a full buy, all the utility they can want, and yeah, this is gonna be a much more competitive round. And in fact, this entire game has been really competitive as well.
Yeah, and Iyati, well, they've got their hands on their weaponry yet again, and now that they know that ATE are more than capable of switching up the pace, and that can really, you know, do them in, as we saw in the last round, they'll be ready for that one as well. And again, ATE, they're showing us a myriad of skills here. They've slowed it down yet again. This time they're targeting the B bomb site, where there's just Accelerate playing extremely passive all the way back towards CT spawn or tree room. And I don't know how ATE are getting these reads, but this is a perfect read coming out. And they're all just gonna, you know, group up and hit B. It's gonna be a 5v5 retake. This is gonna get interesting, Adi. Can Iyati do it? It's very important that they do, because, well, economy hinges in the balance. The thing is, if they lose a couple of players early on, that should be the call to save immediately.
I did think that ATE Gaming missed the timing there. I thought Iyati would rotate towards the B-bomb side, but instead they were really static there. And now again, it's a really static retake. It's just sitting. And Deathmaker does get the first frag. Kappa gets another as well, but Bullet is in for the trade. Hellfighter and Ritz in the meanwhile are mopping up the floor with the Iyati members. And 3 players alive for ATE. That was a great hold. coming in towards the end of that round. All the flashes, everything was there in for the retake by Iyati. But AT Gaming is just not having any of it, and they're showing us that dominance that they showcased against Wackband and against even Portal Esports.
Yeah.
They're getting back into the thick of things, getting back into the groove.
It looks like they found their footing, like, you know, the way they started off, with that blitzkrieg pace and that crisp, pristine aim, and I think they found it back again. Like you said, yeah, they were, but again, like, the thing is, Iyati, they aren't really, you know, they're being extremely cautious, I think that's the best way to put it, in my opinion. That retake was just so slow that by the time it did come in, it was a bit too late, and now already 2 frags have gone towards ATE. It is more or less an eco, just upgraded pistols for Iyati, so not really much that could have been done by them this round, but Deathmaker there, finding Bullet, and Kappa slots his fate, and now it's all down to Ego, with armor of CZ and a Dream. So Ego, I think, should be looking to save that armor. He doesn't need a helmet. He's going to be up against an AWP and 4 AK-47s the next round. So if he just holds on to that... Okay, he's dead. Cool.
I'm really liking the anti-ecos coming in by AT Gaming, by the way. A lot of them have had at least 4 players alive, if not the whole, the whole kitty, the entire team. It's just so clean from them, and it's refreshing to see that. 9-5 now, AT in the lead. Iyati Gaming is going to go in for the double op setup in the final round of this first half, and hopefully they can manage to pick up the 6th round, because they do so dearly need that round. They need that buffer if they really want to come back into this game, because AT Gaming has really started to put the pressure onto them. And Veerbhadra, he's going to see that his rider jump across, but he's not going to take the shot. He's going to fall back. It's a stalemate, and Accelerate is going to smoke it off. It's another slow default coming in from ATE, and again, it's the change of pace, right? And Iyati they're sitting scared right now because they have 2 ops. They can't even go in for the aggression as such, and I mean, I really would have liked to see Veerbhadra get a little more aggressive towards the B bomb side, and even Ego towards A. I would have liked to see them try to pick A main, but instead, it is going to be that really passive hold, the turtle setup as we like to call it. And it's just an absolute stalemate right now.
It's just that I think ATE managed to put the fear of God in Iyati. And look at that. The moment Ryder tries to go for a play, Accelerate tries to go for a play, Ryder's there. He's got the zoom banger out, and he's just knocking them down like bowling pins. And Veerbhadra's burning alive. I don't think he's aware of the fact that his ass is on fire. Hellfighter gets slots, but Veerbhadra missing that shot. That is going to cost him dearly, but he's going to hide inside the smoke while Hellfighter and Deathmaker make their way onto the bomb site. Ryder gets Veerbhadra though, and Hellfighter, he's going to go pushing CD. Spawn doesn't matter. Ryder is just killing everything that walks into his crosshairs. 3 kills for him already. Hellfighter, he's going to find Ego, but Ego somehow managing to land that shot onto Hellfighter. Doesn't really matter at this point because Ego's getting chased down, run down, and shot down like roadkill by Ryder. 4 kills for him to end the half. Ends it with a bang. And that's 10 rounds on the T side for ATE and 5 for Iyati. Iyati really need to pick up the pace, need to find their footing, need to actually dig deep and find their grit, determination, and some might want to say balls, because they were very passive in the final few rounds of that first half, and actually start taking the game to ATE. Otherwise, they're in for a world of pain and trouble.
And unfortunately for Accelerate there, his teammates flashbang. Everything hinged on that one flashbang, and Ryder was not flashed by it. So instead, the entire round, the dominoes fall in the way of ATE Gaming. They win all. They just basically get flawless entries into that B bomb site. And ATE Gaming now with the timeout in the start, but it does look like they want the pause coming in. So it might be a technical issue actually, and we've had enough of those already. I wouldn't like to see another long delay. So hopefully it's something that can be fixed really quickly.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a TeamSpeak problem, as most players say. And it's not, a hard reboot on the PC because FPS issues are cropping up. CSGO is just a wondrous game. Even though it looks like Roblox on steroids, somehow it kills PCs and its gamers if they don't get that locked 300 FPS.
Alright, it does look like they actually just wanted the tactical pause, and Kappa getting a little confused there on how to call the tactical timeout. But anyway, we are into the second half. 10-5 in the lead for ATE Gaming, and they're going to be on the CD side now. And Iyati Gaming, they really need to pick up this T-side pistol round. Otherwise, ATE Gaming might just run away with this. And the aggression coming in by ATE Ego, looking away at the worst possible moment. Ritz, has he seen that? The boost. Oh, the boost is gonna come in, and oh my god, Deathmaker is gonna get the frag onto Ego as well. A comedy of errors for him right there, and Ryder's gonna get 2 1-taps on the slots and accelerate. The C4 is down as well. He has control of that, and Hellfighter, ooh, Deathmaker with another 1-tap onto Veerbhadra, but Hellfighter has fallen in the meanwhile to Bullet. Bullet has the bomb site control, but it doesn't matter. Deathmaker with the pistols again. Somebody needs to make sure, or somebody on the Iyati side needs to make sure that Deathmaker does not get a USP.
I swear, man, this guy aced on the first pistol, 3k on the final one. Deathmaker is on 24 frags in 16 rounds. That is how dominant his performance has been. And just like that, picks up the M4, also has a lot of utility to work with. This guy is one to look out for. And it's a shame that he couldn't make it to the Optic tryouts, because, you know what? I'd love to see him play. And I'm pretty sure Optic would have loved to, watch him as well.
Yeah, you're seeing him at his best in the ESL Premiership anyway, so you still get to see him play. But Iyati Gaming has gone in for the forced buy. I don't really like this. Maybe they could have gone for the eco, but yeah, they didn't get the bomb down, so why not? But considering how far back they are, them being the 6-round deficit, they might want every weapon available to them in the first gun round. But instead, Ryder facing off it against, that is Bullet. Missing a couple of key shots. The nade is gonna fly in though. It's not gonna do much damage because it is of course a CSGO grenade. And I like this by AT Gaming, by the way. They are playing pretty passive. They're trying to play the long ranges against the pistols, but the deagles can do the work against the range as well.
Bullet is trying to get some information. Deathmaker spots him out and wisely falls back. Bullet getting tagged down to 23 HP. He's gonna avoid that nade and falls back, but he's looking like it's gonna be a B hit. Hellfighter opens up the spray. And he needs to be careful. He's caught out in no man's land. He's gonna get taken down. Now it's all down to Kappa on the B bomb site. He's the lone defender for now. Help is on its way. Good flashbang. Excellent utility usage coming out from ATE right now. And Deathmaker, just look at him. Casual AF. He jumps down, gets the kill. Does get traded, but Kappa is able to retrieve the M4. But wow. Deathmaker has no fear right now. He's just feeling it.
Yep, those pop flashes really saving Kappa's bacon there, right? And it just goes to show you that the one pop flash, right, that was misplaced in the 15th round, you know what it can do. That one flash, it's so powerful. But anyway, 12-5 now. ATE really in the driver's seat. Iyati with another eco. I think Iyati has probably ecoed about 6 or 7 or 8 times even in this game. The economy has just been completely against them.
They haven't had any economy, Adi. It's been like the recession forever for Iyati. They've had what, guns 3 rounds, 4 rounds at the most. Oh, Deathmaker looked like he may just let loose of a spam, and Bullet would have been like, "Hey," but unfortunately, Deathmaker had some trigger discipline. I always like to see wallbang kills. It's just something viscerally pleasing about that. And Ryder and Deathmaker pairing up. Ritz does get a couple of kills from from quads, and Ryder picks up Ego. Now it's all down to Bullet, who will mow down Ritz with, well, a Glock. But
that was pretty hilarious there. Ritz trying his best to avoid those Glock shots and hope that Ryder saves him. But unfortunately that's not the case. But the M4A, the M4A1 wasn't retrieved either, so Ritz is going to have to invest back into that. And if Iyati really needs to win this round, by the way, they do have a couple of Molotovs, all the smokes possible, and quite a few of flashbangs. So they really need to do something with all of that utility. Maybe an execute, maybe something on those lines. And even if they do win this round, AT Gaming's economy will be reset. So the entire game actually hinges on this round right now.
Like, not the entire game. I wouldn't go as far as making it that dramatic.
Well, it will, just to explain my point there, it will go to 15 rounds. because Iyati will have to eco again or force buy with pistols or something. So unless they get the bomb down, of course.
That body though, that it looks like it's been nailed to the walls of B main from the midriff. That's grotesque. But either way, man advantage to ATE. They don't need to aggress now. They can easily turtle up and just chill. They just need to play the numbers game, the trade game. And so far, they have been on point. In the meantime, Iyati lose their flank, lose their lurker. And now they have to make a decision. Should they commit or should they, spend a little more time trying to ascertain map control? Oh! Deathmaker does get a dink in, but he's gonna get absolutely destroyed. But Ryder, in the meantime, fries Ego alive. Veerbhadra playing the muzzle box position, not being visible from behind the flames. But Kappa, in the meantime, has snuck his way. And Ryder with the big green gun. He's just holding steady, just peeking out one by one, just picking off players like shooting fish in a barrel. And Kappa gonna, happily help himself to an AK-47, pass that over to Deathmaker. And ATE slowly but surely taking this game in a very authoritative manner.
Ryder again being the linchpin of that defense. Just look at Ryder's stats right now. He has a KDR of 3. In a professional game of Counter-Strike, Fett. KDR of 3. How does that even happen? And there you go. Like I said, that was the round where it all hinged on. And Iyati unfortunately couldn't pick up anything. And now they're going to have to eco again. This means that AT Gaming is going to go to 15 rounds unless something magical happens for Iyati. And yeah, I mean, coming back from 10 match points, it's going to be really, really difficult. And that's how you throw a pop flash. Slots completely blinded, but unfortunately for Hellfighter, he managed to make his way to cover before the damage could be doled out. And yeah, again, it's a really slow round coming in from Iyati. They do have mid control right now. Bullet does spot out Ritz, but Ritz spotting it out as well. He's gonna fall back. It is the B hit coming in.
I like how Hellfighter is just using his utility. Oh, okay. Just bad luck there. Timing not really favoring him. Kappa not trying to make at least one side safe for himself while trying to hold off the attack from the other. Ritz is just gonna casually go peeking heaven. Gets the kill. But Veerbhadra with the deagle. Oh my god. Okay, both players running out of bullets on their respective weapons. That's why I don't like the Balam Pichkari, aka the M4A1S. There's just not enough bullets, man.
Somebody needs to buff that gun for sure. But Ego on the backstab, he's gonna get 2 frags. And Ryder now in a 1v2 situation. Oh, the free frag for him. Slots looking the wrong way. But Ryder, he's at 5 points of health. Ego doesn't know that. Ryder has the up. He has the angle. Does he look away? No, he doesn't. Ryder misses the shot. And Ego, something magical has happened for Iyati. And they pick up a round which shouldn't have been going their way in 9 times out of 10. And Iyati, they fight. They stay alive. 14 to 16. 14 to 6 now. I beg your pardon. And Iyati, they're going to have a full buy into this round. And ATE Gaming are the ones who are going to have to eco. Wow. I'm just proven wrong by just randomness of Counter-Strike. I love it.
Like, I mean, not really. You never made any predictions in that.
Well, I did. I did say that it's going to be 15 to 5, right?
Well, you shouldn't have. This is Infancy, yes. And these are pistols. It is where we live and breathe, Adi. The pistols. They are our most deadliest. They are our most deadly weapons, to be very honest. Ryder, trying to play Coco. Does climb on top of the shoulder of... Who is he? Yeah, Deathmaker. Huh. Alright, interesting angle Deathmaker's holding.
But yeah, another stalemate of a round. It's just like you've gone so low right now. It's just like, what is even happening?
What is even happening?
But yeah, Iyati Gaming, I like that. They've bunched up. They've taken mid control. They're going to have the ranged battle now. But 4 players for this ATE Gaming defense are at the A bomb side. And Kappa does spot out a player. He's going to fall back. Iyati is just taking this so slowly, so methodically right now. All 5 players for AT Gaming now defending that A bomb side. And it does look like Iyati Gaming does want to go in for the A attack. But Deathmaker gonna aggress. Gonna find out that Bullet is gonna turn the corner. Ooh, Bullet does get the frag on the Ritz, but Deathmaker with the 1 dig onto Veerbhadra. Can he get any more? That's the question. Bullet, he's gonna get taken down by Accelerate, but Accelerate, he's gonna take down everybody. Slots and Accelerate amongst the 2 of them. Hellfighter, though, does get a frag at the middle position. All of a sudden, it's down to a 1v2 situation. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right?
And what?
I know, right?
Hellfighter, he has the armor to work with. It's a 1v1. Never mind, it's a 1v0. The retake, 1v2 win by Hellfighter. And oh my god. I'm just, that round was just, oh my god, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah. There's no explaining this. This is just entropy at its finest. Well, you know, second law of thermodynamics does state that everything wants to go towards a higher state of entropy, and this is just physics coming back to bite you in the ass. Like, all the structure just went for a toss that round. Once Deathmaker pushed A main, and it was just a straight up ballroom, like bar. It was just a straight up bar fist fight at that point. After that point,
I'm thinking you're talking about barroom brawl. Anyway.
Barroom brawl. That.
But anyway, Iyati Gaming now, they're with a force buy of their own. 2 AK-47s, 1 AWP, 1 UMP, and 1 CZ-75. And I'm pretty sure that CZ is going to get the first frag, considering how this game has been going. But AD Gaming have everything they need. And Deathmaker has the first frag as well. I have no idea why Bullet just walked out of the metal door there. Absolutely no idea. And, wait, what? Oh. The door push coming in, by the way. And, I don't understand this. Deathmaker just wants to aggress even more, even though they have the man advantage. They know they have the weapons advantage, but the attack is coming in towards the B bomb side. Kappa's gonna get 2 frags. Ego's gonna finally trade him down. And it is a 4v2 situation. The backstab by Deathmaker is not gonna work out either. Ego is gonna take him out. And Ritz gonna play his hand. Ego is gonna rotate towards the A bomb side, because the A bomb side has been encroached upon by Slots. Slots gonna pick up Hellfighter with his knife out. That's not how it works. And Ritz, is he gonna have the backstab? Yes, he is. Slots caught on the reload, and Ritz is gonna finish it out. Both the frags going towards him, and the defuse is gonna come in. And that was a back and forth round, but 16-6 for ATE Gaming. They did look a little shaky in the start of the game, but now they have come back, and again, it's another dominant performance, because in their last 3 games, 16-3, 16-4, and now 16-6, ATE Gaming is definitely back, and they're looking really, really strong. Do you have any closing words, Fed?
Well, I think you summed it up perfectly, Adi, and I guess now, you know,
All right, we're back again live with the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and of course presented by the lovely folks at Nottingham Gaming and ESL India. 16-6.
Called it, I mean, pretty much called it. So it was tough, but I did mention the fact that the CT side rounds for AT game would be very, very crucial. If they can go and get the momentum early on the CT side, get those early rounds. It's going to be a tough task for the other team Iyati, because of the fact that, you know, even though it's cash, even though they have that individual skill, but it was going to be that momentum based game, and Iyati is not known for their mental fortitude. They are, you know, I mean, it's easy to overpower them mentally. So, you know, again, pretty much easy task for ATE game, because of the fact that they got the momentum early on the CT side. Overall, in the first 10 rounds, the scoreline was 5-5. By the way, Iyati was playing really, really well. Even though the very first 3 rounds of the game, ATE Gaming was being very dominant. They were literally stamping their authority. Anti-eco was being played out to perfection. All the other rounds being played out to perfection. Even the pistol round. So overall, it was a pretty beautiful display of how to play anti-ecos, because we've been talking about this a lot. We've criticized a lot of Indian teams, but I think they finally worked on it and showed us how to play anti-ecos. But overall, I think it was a fairly decent performance from AT Gaming, pretty much expected as well. Iyati again not being able to impress us, because, you know, they've just been playing lackluster Counter-Strike. It's predictable of them. And being under pressure, I don't think they can handle the pressure all that well, and that actually showed up, and AT Gaming came out on top.
Alrighty then, well, that sums up today's Counter-Strike Global Offensive game. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a short break. On the other side, we have Dota 2 lined up, so don't go anywhere.